Hello everyone, this is Latanya Price coming to you today with another video blog for of course, what's going on right now, the Work It, Write It 30-day writing challenge. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're hanging in there. I hope you're getting some things just at least written and gotten some good thoughts and some good ideas and just some really good foundational things really coming together for you. I really am praying that you are just attacking this thing and making sure that you're conquering all the fears and the procrastination and the doubts and everything. I really hope you're getting just something done, even if, I've been saying this before, if you don't actually get it all the way done as far as in a 30-day time frame. Just recognize that whatever you get done, if it's one chapter, if it's just the introduction, if it's 2 or 3 chapters, if it's just the first section, or however you might want to label all of that as, don't think it's a failure because there's no small accomplishments and it's no mistake. You are definitely ahead of when you were before the 30 days even began. So I want to always put that plug in there to make sure you're encouraged. So on today, of course, like I've said, I'm Latanya Price. And of course, I always love to remind everyone that as a result of working with me, Christian women and women of faith are more determined and empowered just to personalize their faith by making positive and effective life changes. And together we do this by, just increasing the self-awareness, studying some trusted knowledge, discovering your spiritual DNA, as well as developing a very detailed and distinctive plan of action based on your personal goals. As well, with all of that coming together, women are they achieve a level of confidence and boldness that allows them to unleash their supernatural abilities for unlimited possibilities. And so that is what I love to help women of faith and Christian women do. So on tonight, we are going to be talking a little bit. I know the last few weeks I've actually touched on just a couple of different things, just leading us through and keeping us all encouraged, staying focused with, the writing and just some different things to think about when it comes to self-publishing. And so, of course, all of this is leading up to the empowerment training, which is going to be happening in October. So for those that wish to continue on and actually get some exclusive live training on how to self-publish and all of that, that'll be coming up, and I'll give you more details on that in just a moment. So today, what we're going to discuss is how to distinctively review the remarkable. And that remarkable is your book. So you get finished, you're done writing, you've uploaded your manuscript onto the createspace.com website or Lulu's website, lulu.com website, or whatever, self-publishing tool you're using. You've got it uploaded, you got your book cover, everything is solid, set, and you get ready to do that final review. So you order a copy. And so like with createspace.com, and like I said, I can only testify to them because that's the ones I've used, is createspace.com. You actually can order a draft or a proof of the book, and you can order more than one. So with that, you can actually review your book. And honestly, when you're able to get to that point, it is really a wonderful feeling. It really is, because then you realize just how close and how real it is that you have published your book. It's amazing. So to review that though, because you definitely want to take the time to review it, excuse me, you want to take time to review it. So the first point, like I said before, order more than one copy. Definitely do that. If you want to review it for yourself, that's fine. But I highly recommend getting at least 1 or 2 more set of eyes to really look at that final copy. Of course, by this stage, you've already kind of went through like an editing and proofreading of your manuscript with someone already before submitting that final one. And then of course, you have your book cover, and you kind of already reviewed that as well. But when you have that final like product in your hand, you still want to look it over. You still want to make sure to look it over. There might be, some minor things you find on the inside when it comes to certain words, or maybe some spacing that looks a little off, and you can kind of correct that a little bit, and different things like that. So that's just, one of the things. So definitely order more than one, and just have another set of eyes to really look at it, because that really can help. I mean, you're going to be so excited and so you might miss something. So, definitely, entrust someone with that, with that ability to kind of, do a quick review of that final product. And then secondly, only, and I say this like this, oh, I'm glad I said that. Praise God. Only allow certain people into the delivery room. And what I simply mean by that is I was just saying how you want to entrust only certain people to help you review. Because, a lot, and like I kind of said this even on last time, as you get to the point of where, you're going to kind of get to some negativity, or you're going to kind of get to those that has an opinion and wants to have their say, you definitely want to make sure only certain people are in that final phase of getting that final book out, because you want to reduce all the negativity as much as possible. And I even say it like, in the delivery room. And if anyone has ever experienced that when it comes to birthing of a child, they only limit certain people in that delivery room. They don't, you can't invite your whole family, all your cousins, nephews, you can't invite all them people when it's time for delivery. You can't. So this, thinking from a spiritual aspect, it's the same thing, because you're birthing your story. And so even though, yes, definitely have something to celebrate your accomplishment, if it's a, a book release event where you're going to be having the books, or special guests, or you're the, speaker, or however you're going to do it. But when it comes down to that final, kind of review, and you're about to hit that final button saying that it's published, because once you hit that button, it's available. And if you use something like createspace.com, it's available across, all your different distribution channels. So you want really good and positive people around you for that, because at that very bitter end, you're still going to have those negative voices. You're still going to have those negative thoughts trying to tell you, don't do it. You're not going to be good enough. It's not going to, nobody's going to read this or anything like that. Don't listen. Don't listen to that. And so that's why I say it's important to know who you're going to have to help you with this final phase. And then, of course, like I stated, and I think I stated this before, I'm going to reiterate it. This is my third and final thought. Accept imperfection so the glory can manifest. And what I simply mean by that is, you're not going to be able to find every nick and cranny of mistake. You're not. Don't fret about that. Definitely try your best. I'm not saying don't try your best. Try your best. Definitely try your best to get, all the mistakes that you can correct it grammatically, and all the other different things that can, with the spacing and all that. But don't allow the idea of perfection to stop you. So many times we allow this idea of it has to be perfect. It has to be this. It has to be that. And you never get to that point, because guess what? You can't. I have read, not written, but I've read, plenty of books. Me and my husband both have bookshelves of books. And so I've read plenty of books, and I found some errors and some spacing and certain things that were just a little off, but it never made me feel any differently about the author. I still got the message. I still got the encouragement that I needed. And so a lot of the time, we think it has to be this perfect, flawless, and it don't have to be. And I know a lot of times people may say, well, we don't want to give, or we don't want to put something out there that's full of mistakes, or that's just junk, or we often say that in the Christian community, we don't want to put something out there that's just junk and we just throw it out there and we don't care. True, and I totally understand that. In the same retrospect, God does not expect us to be perfect when it comes to helping people. That's how we learn. That's how we're going to be able to get out there. The enemy wants us to think we have to be perfect, and we don't. There's no stipulation anywhere that says in order to effectively help somebody, you have to be perfect, or whatever you are presenting has to be perfect. It doesn't. That's just a lie, because a lot of the times the enemy doesn't even want you to think, he don't want you to think anything positive, let alone produce something that has the potential of being a positive effect to millions and millions of people. So definitely understand that imperfection, don't think it's going to happen as far as perfection, because his glory got to manifest. And the only thing that's perfect is his glory. So how is your book going to be perfect when his glory is the only perfect thing that really needs to be manifested? So keep that in mind. So definitely keep that in mind, that the only thing that has to be perfect is his glory. So as long as that's happening through your book, your song, whatever you're producing at this period in time, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, is that his glory is manifested and that people are encouraged and people are finding that joy and they're being empowered and they're finding that peace and they're getting that breakthrough. They're getting that release. As I've said before, I've had people email me, inbox me. You all are doing such a phenomenal job. You are writing some things that are so powerful, so empowering, so impactful. I'm telling you, you keep going. Keep going. Because there is somebody that's going to need your message. They're going to need your words. And words are so powerful. They're so powerful. A lot of the times we feel like words and books and all of that, they don't make a difference. They do. They do. And that is something that we need to continue as a legacy, really, is to continue to get that out there for future generations to come. So today, as I was saying, we were just talking about briefly about how to review that Remarkable. The first thing, make sure you get more than one copy. When you get to that end stage of having to do a review, get more than one copy of your draft of your book. Only entrust certain people to review it. That's point 2. Only entrust certain people to review it. And then 3, as you're reviewing, if you happen to find a few things, that's fine. You can go back, you can edit, but do not allow the idea of perfection to stop you, because his glory got to be manifested. And that is the one thing the enemy, that's why he has all the negativity and all those thoughts. That's why you only need certain people to see the draft. Only certain people need to see the draft. Not everybody needs to see the draft. That's why only certain people need to see the draft. Only certain things need to happen in that final stages, because it's just that important to get your message out. So that is what it is today for encouraging you and empowering you. And I hope that does help you. As I stated, this is a course that we're underway with, that 30-day writing challenge, the Work It, Write It writing challenge. And so with that, of course, if you're not sure how to join that, and like I said, at any point you join, although I had this launch, it was like that final week of August, and it's kind of, we're about to enter into our final week next week, but that's for when I started. But at whatever point you sign up, it's your 30 days. It's your dedication to that. So it's you. This is something that's personal. And I wanted to ensure that people are aware of that. This is something personal for you. Once you sign up, you're connected with me, so you can ask me questions, you can email me, anything like that, most certainly. But it's your dedicated 30 days. So whatever point. You might be going all the way up and through the end of October or whatever, because of course, Yes, I will be closing off the 30-day challenge very soon, but keep going. Even once, you know, that 30 days is over, keep going. Keep writing. I know a lot of people's like, well, what happens after 30 days? Keep writing. Keep writing. Don't stop. You know, keep going. And so, you know, like I said, I'm still here. You're connected with me. So I'm still here for you. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you just want to ask, just anything you may think about, maybe you need some help with understanding some things. I actually had someone email me when it came to a topic about copywriting. And so, you know, I was like, I sent her some information and I sent her some details, and, you know, there you go. So that's something that, you know, definitely want to keep in mind. I am here. I can help as much as I can. I don't know it all. I don't, but I will definitely do my best to help. So to sign up for that, you want to either go to my website, which is www.effectiveliving-llc.com, or you can actually go to my Facebook page, which my Facebook page is actually, and that's just my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. My Facebook page is, you can find me either with Effective Living LLC or Latanya Price or Latanya M Price. You will also have the public Facebook group, which is How to Personalize Your Faith. So you can actually look in there. There's plenty of links throughout Facebook. I do have a Twitter account, which is Coach L Price. And then, you know, you can connect with me there as well. And I do have an Instagram account, which that's also Effective Living LLC. So either way, so you can just find the links through those different avenues. Now, all this is leading up to, like I said before, in October, I have jam-packed into 5 weeks. So I hope I get everything I can out. And jam-packed in 5 weeks, the actual empowerment training, which is going to be entitled Tell Your Story Empowerment Training. And so that empowerment training is exclusively about learning how to self-publish online. So it's going to be about, you know, the whole computer world a little bit. And I say that only because I know sometimes people that aren't very computer savvy gets a little overwhelmed. And on top of that, along with the self-publishing aspect, that can be overwhelming. So I am giving a live training. It's going to be recorded every night, which is going to be done weekly, 5 weeks. It's going to be, you know, once per week, and it's going to be, you know, recorded. So in case you can't make one particular week, that's fine. It will be recorded. You'll have access to that. Those that actually, you know, enroll, you'll have access to it exclusively for ever and ever, basically, as long as, you know, the email address that you use is going to be, you know, in effect. So, so just keep that in mind. It's 5 weeks, but it's going to be jam-packed, not just with that whole aspect about self-publishing, but I'm going to be incorporating just some different marketing tools that you can do to help with marketing your book as well. You know, just some minor things, some things you can do on your own. And they won't be time consuming, you know, because I know a lot of times people are like, well, you know, doing stuff on your own can be a little time consuming. These little things I'm going to really kind of show they're not going to be that time consuming, and they're very simple and they're very effective, and very popular, and very, you know, just thought conscientious when it comes to getting more attention, you know, for your book and just getting it out there and just help with marketing. Because of course we all know after it's published, after we have the book release party and everything else, we have to, you know, just continue to let people know this is what, you know, this is the book I have. And so there's just some little things I want to share. And so how to do on your own. And of course, always when you do something on your own, it saves you money. So I definitely want to make sure I incorporate all of that. So it's going to be, like I said, jam-packed. It's going to be a time where you can ask me a lot of questions. It's going to be live, webinar, you know, teleconference style, so you can ask me questions and all that good stuff. So that's going to be in October. In fact, I am going to reveal, basically, it's going to happen on October the 11th. So open enrollment will be coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. But October the 11th will be the first night of that empowerment training. So stay tuned for that. And I will be making sure that people are aware of how to get enrolled. And I'm very excited because I definitely want to make sure people, you get to a point and you get there, and we don't want to get to a stage where we're almost there. We don't know what else to do. So I want to make sure people know what else to do and what more to do and what hurdles to kind of look for and to overcome and different things like that. And so I just want to help with that. And so, like I said, it's gonna be techie, but it's not gonna be a lot of technical things, but it's gonna be some things just to kind of keep in mind when it comes to that world of technology and getting your book submitted online. And of course, if you don't have a book, I shouldn't say book, but if you don't have access to a computer like at your home, maybe all you have is a smartphone. There are certain things you can still do on your smartphone as well. So don't, keep this in mind as well. It's of course going to be super small, but you can still do it. But along with that, the things that I show are not going to necessarily be things that are restrictive if you go to a library, or if you go, if you happen to go to a friend's house or something like that. So keep that in mind as well. We don't, like I said, I'm trying to help people not so much get into the mindset of excuses. I understand sometimes financially it's cool. I get it. But I definitely want people to partake and enroll in this and have it. And, when that time comes, because even if you, like I said, if you're not at the point where you're about to do the publishing and you want to upload the manuscript yet and all that, that's fine. I highly still encourage people to take the empowerment training, because at least you have the training. And like I said, you'll have access to all the recordings and all the tools, all the extra tools that's going to be a part of the training. You have access to all of that forever. So at whatever point you're ready, it'll be there for you. And that's what I want to definitely make sure people have. So like I said, stay tuned for that. And I'll be sending more details out on that. Next week will be my last video blog. But like I said, don't stop. At whatever point you're at, it's your personal 30 days. And so I want to encourage you to keep going. I'm still hanging in there myself. I'm still hanging in there myself. I'm getting some things together myself. I'm writing out some chapters. I'm getting it together. And also, like I said, I'm not going to be 100% done after the 30 days. But let me tell you something. I've gotten a lot done. And I'm so happy about it, because I have been wanting to birth this next book for myself as well. And I just had to, why not bring some people along with me with the journey and just help me stay accountable? So, all right. So until next week, everybody have a blessed rest of the week. Bye.